Just close your eyes. Know the peace within.
Your true nature is to be wakeful. Wakefulness means knowing the peace within constantly. Do you remain wakeful throughout the waking state? You are yet to know the wakefulness in you. You never know that you are consciousness at present unless you are conscious of yourself. Wakefulness cannot happen. Your nature is only consciousness at present. But you never remain conscious of yourself because you ignore yourself. You never value yourself. Only by valuing yourself and respecting yourself, you are conscious of yourself. Once you are conscious of yourself, wakefulness begins. Only in your consciousness, wakefulness begins. But you are never conscious of yourself. Then how can you remain wakeful? Wakefulness means not with eyes open and perceiving the show to be real, to be real. Wakefulness means closing eyes and knowing the peace within constantly. Just now, you remain wakeful inwardly. You start knowing the peace within inwardly. This wakefulness is continuous. You cannot say, I remain wakeful only for a particular duration because it is beyond time. It is timelessness. By being conscious of yourself, you abide in timelessness, where there's no movement. Every movement is termed as time within space outwardly, but inwardly there's no movement. There's neither movement nor time, or beyond time, beyond movement. Wakefulness begins here. The reality begins in wakefulness. By not being conscious of yourself, your consciousness starts sleeping. Even though eyes are open, your consciousness identifies itself to be something else which is not itself as itself. So wakefulness is inward, it's not outside. You are the observer beyond space, just now. Only through wakefulness You get to know the observer within you. The observer is prior to duality, the non-dual, ever present, and whatever observed or within duality. Why wakefulness is needed? Because only through wakefulness your consciousness gets to know that it is ever present and it is beyond birth and death, and it is the ultimate observer, the absolute, the wholeness. By not remaining wakeful, by not knowing the peace within, by not knowing that it is only consciousness, your consciousness continuously sleeps. Sleeping is at the surface level, at the space level. Conveniently, your consciousness is sleeping by identifying itself as something which is not itself. By not identifying it exactly as consciousness, your consciousness gets trapped by whatever that is perceived in space and gets frustrated as if everything is real. Your consciousness does not know that it is consciousness, and only out of the light of consciousness everything is happening just now. Your consciousness continuously sleeps at the personality level, within space, outwardly, but inwardly it is only consciousness. How will your consciousness know that it is only consciousness unless it goes inward? Consciousness is within, only its expressions are outside. Only the reflections are outside, within space. But consciousness is prior to space. How will you know without going inwardly that you are prior to duality? You refuse to close your eyes and refuse to go inward and refuse to know the peace within. Then how will you know about yourself? How will you wake up? Wakefulness is not possible at the surface level. Wakefulness is possible only by going inwardly, deeply, and stabilizing in the stillness itself constantly. The wakefulness is complete once your consciousness wakes up totally from the perceived show, from the perceived dream, and declares that nothing has never happened to me, and I am always in my original state beyond birth and death. It knows its eternity beyond duality called birth and death, and nothing has never happened to it. The ultimate truth is that nothing has never happened to you, and you are already the supreme beyond duality. Duality is not you. Then how do you get trapped by the duality show? Because you are yet to know the non-dual within you. To know the non-dual in you, wakefulness is essential. In duality, only sleeping is going on. Your consciousness is not yet conscious of itself. Only by going inwardly, your consciousness knows, yes, I am consciousness only. I am prior to words. I am prior to time. I am prior to movement. I am prior to duality. This your consciousness knows only by abiding in the stillness constantly. So your consciousness remains wakeful only by going inwardly. Note this point. You never go inward. You never know the stillness within. Then how will you wake up? Wakefulness is not a word. It is beyond words. It is not a movement. It is beyond movement. Why wakefulness is essential? Otherwise, you are continuously trapped by the perceived show. To be real, to be real, to be real. Whatever has happened is real. What is going to happen is also real. What is happening also real. Not knowing that you are only the observer prior to duality and only observing a show which is happening spontaneously by the interaction of the elements. You are neither the elements nor the spontaneous interaction. You are not spontaneous. You are prior to movement, prior to happening, prior to form, prior to space, prior to duality, just now. So your consciousness unnecessarily troubling itself by taking all the perceived show to be real, and it refuses to go inward, hence it accepts the birth and death to be real. Though it is already the supreme, it fails to know itself. So all the strugglings, all the tensions, and all the frustrations are due to the ignorance of itself. Your consciousness never knows that it is within, but it is searching itself outside. It is very much within, only out of consciousness everything is happening just now. This secret your consciousness does not know because it is completely searching itself outside through materials, through possessions. Unless your consciousness goes inward and abide in stillness, there is no possibility for your consciousness to wake up to know its deathless state beyond duality. So the ultimate truth about yourself remains unknown to you continuously. The absolute truth about yourself remains unknown to you. The fact is, you are the supreme already and you only observe, and you are the constant eternal observer, and you are observing only a show which is not real. By not going inwardly and by not remaining wakeful, your consciousness continuously accepts whatever that is happening, whatever that is perceived within space to be real, to be real, to be real. Once you understand my teachings deeply, your consciousness will not get trapped even by a single frame of the show. Once your listening is total, your consciousness will not get trapped even by a single frame of the show, as it is completely wakeful inwardly just now. Just now you are consciousness. Just now you are knowing the peace within. Why not to settle here? Why not to stabilize here and observe the movie like a movie? You give reality to a movie and you don't observe the movie. You are only the observer and you have got no connection with whatever is perceived. Like a dream which is happening spontaneously and disappearing also spontaneously. You appear to be in a dream for a shorter duration. Once the dream is over, where were you? Where did you go? Because you neither appeared in the dream nor disappeared in the dream. You are constant observer. At the form level only you get deceived, as if you were inside the dream and struggling. As an observer, you are prior to the form. Even now, why you are made to close your eyes? To know that you are more than the form. You are infinite, endless. You have no beginning and no ending. You are ever present. When are you going to know? How will you know without waking up? How wakefulness is not possible? It is very much possible right now, provided you are conscious of yourself. See, you are the observer just now, and you only observe just now, even the peace within. You are prior to peace, you are observing the peace just now. And through the peace, some movie is going on. Every object is happening out of the stillness only. Stillness is not moving, but the movie is constantly moving due to the elements play. Now you are prior to form. With eyes open, you see so many forms around you. Exactly like a dream, how you are perceiving a dream and you are accepting the dream to be real. Here also you are accepting everything to be real. Why? Because you are not yet wakeful. You are not yet conscious. You accept that the world is already there and you are very late to the world. It is not like that. Just now, in your consciousness only, the world happens. In your consciousness only, the dream happens. Only out of light, every matter is happening. But you are more than the light, the observer. To know the observer in you, first you must be conscious of yourself. Then your consciousness finds out the source within. Your consciousness remains wakeful when it is merging totally with the source of awareness. And your consciousness remains sleepy once it is identifying itself as something which is not itself. Note this point. Your consciousness sleeps by accepting something which is not itself as itself. The same consciousness starts waking up by merging totally beyond words into the source of awareness itself. So the only key is to stay beyond words and observe silently as you are now. When you stay beyond words and observe silently, very easily your consciousness can wake up. At any moment it can wake up because you have the potential within you. You are continuously trapped by whatever that is perceived because you are yet to know the observer in you. Who else can observe here other than you? The observer is prior to consciousness, prior to light and its play. You are the observer, the absolute observer, ever present. Why you fail to wake up? Because you are not yet conscious of yourself. Understand and know. You are never conscious of yourself. But you want to know the truth. You are already the truth. It's a moment of awakening only. Like already you are in a bed and dream happens. It is not you. You are only perceiving the dream. Until the dream is over, you get tensed. And once the dream is over, you come to know that you are already in the bed and nothing has never happened to you. Exactly like this. Here, you are already the observer. Nothing has never happened to you. Only the duality show happens. And while perceiving the duality show, you accept every frame of the show to be real because you are yet to wake up. Once you wake up, you know the duality is not real. When only upon waking you come to know that the duality is not real. So to wake up, you have to abide in the non-dual stillness. That's what I am helping you now. I am giving you the right key. Why not you use it? I am helping you to abide in stillness constantly so that wakefulness is possible. And when you abide constantly and steadily, wakefulness is possible. At any moment you can wake up and know that nothing has never happened to you. You are the constant observer. Just now, whether the movie happens or not, you prevail prior to the movie. Whether the dream happens or not, you are prion to the dream. Whether the play happens or not, you are prion to the play. You are none of the movements. Movements happen, appear and disappear. You are not the movement. You neither appear and not disappear. You are the constant, eternal observer. So why wakefulness is needed? Only then you remain relieved from the duality show. Without wakefulness, you are continuously trapped by the duality show. To be wakeful, you need not spend money, you need not spend time, you need not move here and there, you don't require any external support. Just closing eyes is enough. Because the peace is already there. Initially, you are made to close your eyes and know the peace within. Then you know, once your stabilization is at the maximum level, you start knowing that everything is happening only out of your consciousness. There's nothing apart from your consciousness. And remain so alert, you remain so conscious, and you remain non-serious about whatever that is happening within space. Seriousness is not consciousness. Consciousness means you are not serious about anything. Non-seriousness is consciousness. Everything is here constantly changing. You can't fix anything to be real here so that you can remain serious about it. When everything is constantly changing, you are worrying about what? About that which is constantly changing. So your worries are not real, your tensions are not real, your emotions are not real. They appear so and disappear also simultaneously. Till you know the constant observer in you, till you know the stillness within you, till you remain wakeful, till you go inward, till you stay beyond words, you are continuously trapped by each and every frame of the movie which is not real, but it appears so. When are you going to wake up? That is my question. Having come here and listening to this class, you have more opportunity to be conscious of yourself, to know the peace within constantly, and to stay beyond words, and to remain non-serious about any happening, as well as to wake up and know that nothing has never happened to you. You are the supreme. Not knowing your supreme richness, you are continuously sleeping. You don't even know that you require wakefulness to know what you are. Because you accept the personality to be yourself. You never know that you are consciousness at present. Each and every cell of the form is by consciousness. Each and every object within space is by consciousness. The space itself is by consciousness. When are you going to know? How will you wake up without going inwardly? You refuse to go inward. You are interested only in reading books and gathering knowledge. You are unwilling to go inward, and you say you find difficult to be with yourself. Don't you love yourself? Once you love yourself is more than enough. You are enough unto yourself. Because your self contains all. Just now, the entire universe is within yourself. The entire cosmos is within yourself. Entire galaxies is within yourself. Entire space itself is within yourself just now. What more you want? You are an emperor already. You fail to realize it because you like to sleep, sleep, sleep. Once you start waking up and remain wakeful, you get to know that you are perceiving only a show which is spontaneously happening by the spontaneous interaction of the elements, and it is not you. You will get to know that you are only the observer, ever present here, and nothing has never happened to you, and you are in the original absolute state forever and ever, and you are already free from the duality show. Whether the show happens or not, you are none of the show perceived in duality. You are the non-dual, ever-present observer. I don't know why you find so difficult to remain wakeful. Though wakefulness is your nature, that means you are not natural. Natural means knowing the peace within. All these words are only added on it. You are not the words, you are prior to words. Not knowing the state which is beyond words, or continuously trapped by words. Then how will you know your wordless state? Then how will you wake up? Wakefulness is beyond words. How will you wake up through words? Wakefulness is not somewhere far away, it is within just now. Your nature is only to be wakeful and knowing the peace constantly within. Only through this natural process, your consciousness wakes up totally and knows its unborn nature beyond duality. To be wakeful, you need not make any effort. Because you are not creating anything. Only to create something, effort is needed. Here, that wakefulness is beyond matter. It cannot be created, nor can it be destroyed. It is there very much. You can't miss it. It is your nature. Know the peace within. Constantly. Give more preference to yourself. Be with yourself. Love yourself. worship yourself, because there's nothing apart from you. Here, worshipping means abiding in stillness, no more action. You are beyond actions and beyond movement. You know that you are already that and always that, only through constant wakefulness. This wakefulness is constant. It does not appear and disappear. You cannot miss it once you stabilize inwardly. I am helping you to be more conscious, to be more wakeful, and to stay beyond words and observe silently, so that wakefulness is possible and your consciousness can wake up at any moment to know its absolute beauty beyond duality, the supreme beauty beyond duality. Trust me, I am here. You are not separate from me. Through wakefulness beyond words, you are already one with me. Be with me beyond words and know that you are the absolute, ultimate, the supreme truth. Already I am here always. Remain wakeful and know that nothing has never happened to you and you are already that.